Hi, everybody. Angie Lee Monroe here. And yes, that title is right. Some of you may be saying, what? Last time I rode on my bike, I fell off. But I will assure you the title is correct. And again, I'm Angie Lee Monroe, and I'm hoping to share a little bit of humor with you for a little bit and really engage with you to just kind of explain a little bit about what's going on in my world so I can learn more about what's going on in yours. So I would love to hear your comments. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, give us a like and a comment below. Tell us where you're at, where you're watching from. And if you have any questions and topics you'd like to see me tackle in the future, I'd love to hear that as well. But I will tell you the reason for tonight's broadcast is because somebody's pushing me out of the nest. Really, I was watching a YouTube coach the other day, and he was really just challenging me and really making me uncomfortable. If you want to hear that. And his name's Sean Cannell. Many of you know him. He's written a best-selling book on YouTube influencing, and he was given some great tips in this training he was doing. And one of his tips was talking about when you learn to ride a bike, get out and do the video, even if it's ugly, even if it's nasty. So for those of you that are here, y'all are my founding group of people. I've done podcasts, I've done videos and things like that, but this is like where the rubber meets the road. This is where we're getting out and doing some amazing things, right? So I'm being challenged to go just a little bit further with this. So I'm going to tell you this little story, this little antidote, and I hope that you'll accept the challenge at the end because, he challenged me to get out of my comfort zone. And he said it's like riding a bike, right? It's very much like my business mentor and coach, Paul Martinelli, tells us, jump and grow your wings on the way down. Let's be honest. I'm a middle-aged woman who's had 3 kids. My fluid retention is not what it used to be. And so therefore, I don't jump at all. I know that may be TMI for some of y'all out there, but let me just tell you, I do not do jumping jacks. I do not jump. I do not bounce. Well, I bounce when I fall, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, so he's pushing us and telling us, get out there. If you're wanting to go into this medium, if you're feeling your audience is asking you to go into this medium, go out there and start working at it. You can't be a video person if you don't do videos. Michael Hyatt used to say you can't call yourself a writer if you don't write every day. I'm pretty sure he still says that. So you can't call yourself a writer if you don't write every day. You can't call yourself a business person if you don't work on your business every day. You can't call yourself a video or TV person or any of that if you're not doing what you're calling yourself to do, because you're just false pretenses, right? But as I was listening to him, he gave the golden nugget about riding a bike. You get on your bike, you find your center of gravity, your sweet spot for that. You start to pick up speed. You're getting good. You're going. The person that's been helping you lets go of the back of the bike, and you go, and you're great. And then all of a sudden, you realize that person let go, and all of a sudden, you crash. Right? Have any of y'all ever had that happen? I know I have, but when he was talking about that, I started giggling because a few weeks ago, I shared on my personal Facebook page about falling off my bike. And I'm like many people, I had my first bike when I was a little girl, and I learned how to ride it. I had some stellar crashes at times, but I learned. I got proficient at it. And so after a few years battling with my husband, I got a bike that I can ride, and I went for my first bike ride in a long time out in our neighborhood, and I didn't push it. I didn't really overextend myself, but I was really winded. I'd done more than I'd done in a long time. I was really feeling it in my legs. I was having a hard time breathing. I'd gotten my heart rate up. I was just, so, while I was doing that, I came home, I rode my bike down the driveway, I get off the bike, and that feeling when your legs are like jelly after a good workout, I walk into the house, and if you know what that feels like, hit a laugh, because I'm telling you, this is going to get funny here in a minute. I go in and I sit in the sofa, and my husband looks at me and goes, "What were you doing?" I said, "I was riding my bike." He goes, "You were riding your bike?" I'm like, "Don't sound so shocked," right? So he goes, "Well, come on, I'll go ride a bike with you." I'm like, "No, I'm I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to. I'm done." Well, if you haven't met my husband, he's a little pushy. He likes to get his way. So after some more prodding, after some more wearing me down, I said, "All right, I think my heart rate's coming down a little bit. I can breathe a little bit. My legs are still a little shaky, but I think I got this." So I go and get my bike. He's got his bike. His work truck's out in the street, and he goes out to make some adjustments on his bike using tools off his work truck. I walk my bike down the driveway, and I'm standing there, and I'm kind of like the pitcher on the pitcher's mound. Take a deep breath. I let my shoulders shrug, and I go, "Okay, I can do this," right? So I go to put my right leg over the bar to get onto the bike. It's about that time that my right toe caught the front of the bike, and the bike crashed to the ground, taking me right with it. My left hand, my left knee smacked the ground hard as could be, and then I tucked and rolled into the gutter. I'm laying there for a second, not making a sound. I'm assessing. And I hear from my husband, who has not looked up from what he is doing, say, "You okay?" Now, I'll tell you why my husband has not looked up from what he's doing. Because I am the type of person who has the talent to fall down standing still. I trip over clean air. I have the ability to fall in slow motion. You can ask our former nanny. You can ask all my family, most of my friends. I have a coworker that I was standing straight in front of her one day talking to her and fell right, just standing right there in front of her. Hit the ground, got up before she even had a ability to realize what had just happened in front of her. She's like, "Did you just fall?" I'm like, Yes, I did." So him asking without looking was not an unusual thing, right? So he asked, and I didn't even respond. I just started giggling. I started giggling, and it got harder and harder. And the rule of thumb in our house is the harder I'm laughing, the more severe the injury, right? And so, needless to say, I went in that night. I iced. I used ibuprofen. I took a Epsom salt bath and rinsed and repeated for several days. And it was just a chaotic mess. But you know what? The bike didn't defeat me. I haven't still gotten on it yet because my knee has just now got the swelling going down after 3 weeks, but I'm about to get back on that bike again. And you know what? These videos that I'm doing here, these other things that I've done in my life, every one of my moments in my life have had moments just like on that bike, just like in this video, where things aren't perfect. Things don't always go the way I plan, but I always learn from every lesson that comes my way. Every fall, every failure gives me an opportunity to learn. So you may be wondering why I told you that fun story today. The reason was I really wanted to challenge those of you that are out there listening to challenge yourself. I'm going to be announcing some things over the next few days of ways I'm going to be challenging you. People are going to be challenging me. And I would love for you to come alongside and grow with me. So if you would be willing to do that, go ahead and comment on this video. Let me know. No pressure. I'm not a heavy pressure person. I'm just one of those that likes to have my friends come along with me. So we're going to be sharing some more of what Sean shared with me. I'm going to be sharing some more about what my mission is. and how I can serve people. And I love helping. So I believe that on my road of personal development, if I bring some friends along, we can all join arms together and we can be stronger and better together. So I really look forward to growing with each and every one of you. There's a lot of things I've been doing for years offline that now we're bringing online, and I'm super excited about that. And I cannot wait to see what the videos look like in a year from now. Because, even then, I may have some failures, just like riding the bike at old age. But even then, I'll still have the ability to learn from that lesson, pick myself up, dust myself off, ice myself if I need to, and grow again. So I hope you have a fabulous week. And I love you all for listening. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.